Hello students, you all are welcome here in your class of English. Today we are going to study your chapter 1, that is sentences. So firstly you need to understand what is the meaning of a sentence. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that makes a meaningful sense. There are some examples before you. Let us go through these examples. First one, book the is mine on the table. Next one, I'm playing outside I. Next one, football children played. Yes, my dear students, what do you think? Are they sentences? No, these are not the examples of sentences. These are some group of words but they do not have any meaningful sense. So we cannot say these are sentences. Let us see some more examples. First one, children are playing outside. Next one, you are listening to me. Next sentence, I do not like to talk with you. So these are the examples of sentences because they have meaningful sense. Now let us study parts of a sentence. There are two parts of a sentence. First one, that is subject, and second one is predicate. There are some examples before you so that you can understand the difference between subject and predicate. Let us read first one. Ram plays with a football. So what is our subject part? Ram, this is your subject part, and predicate part is plays with a football. Next sentence is I am singing a song. So what will be our subject part? Subject part is I and am singing a song. This is your predicate part. In the same way, your next sentence, the students are studying in the library. The students, this is your subject part, and your predicate part is are studying in the library. So what do you understand by subject? Basically, a subject is a doer of an action. Or we can say subject is that part of a sentence which tells us what the sentence is about. On the other hand, predicate is that part of a sentence which tells us something about the subject. Like as we are talking about the sentence, Ram plays with a football. So who plays with a football? Ram. So doer of the action is Ram. And plays with the subject, it gives information about the subject, that is Ram. Now let us discuss the difference between a sentence and a phrase. Dear students, basically a phrase is a part of a sentence. It has some sense but not a complete sense. On the other hand, your sentence, it has a meaningful sense. There are some differences between a sentence and a phrase. You can see as there is a table before you. A phrase is a group of words that doesn't express a complete thought. On the other hand, a sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. Again, a phrase doesn't have a subject or predicate or both. On the other hand, a sentence has both subject and predicate. A phrase doesn't give complete information about the subject or predicate. A sentence gives complete information about the subject and the predicate. A phrase doesn't begin with a capital letter and end with the punctuation marks. And as we know that a sentence begins with the capital letter and ends with a full stop, question mark or any punctuation mark. Now there are some examples before you, like last month in her room in the auditorium with a spoon. So these are the examples of phrases. They have some sense but not a complete sense. Next one is he is sleeping in her room. So this is a complete sense. So we can say this is a sentence. On the other hand, in her room, this is a part of a sentence and it is also called a phrase. Yes, dear students, now we are going to discuss kinds of sentences. Firstly, we have studied parts of a sentence. Now we are going to study kinds of a sentence. There are four kinds of a sentence. There are four kinds of a sentence, like declarative sentence. Next one is interrogative sentence. Next, imperative sentence. And fourth one is exclamatory sentence. Now we are going to study them one by one so that you may understand the difference between them. Our first kind is declarative sentence. What is the meaning of a declarative sentence? A declarative sentence is a sentence that states something. Examples: I am a good student. Next, he works silently. Both are the examples of a declarative sentence. There are the two types of declarative sentence. First one is affirmative sentence and second one is negative sentence. If we talk about affirmative sentence, so these are the sentences which keep a positive sense. On the other hand, negative sentences, they keep a negative sense. Negative sense. For instance, I am a good student, it has a positive sense. So we can say this is the example of affirmative sentence. On the other hand, I am not a good student, it has a negative sense. So we can say this is the example of negative sentence. Now we are going to study interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are those are used to ask questions, and second one, they always end with question mark. There are some examples before you, like where are you shouting? What is your name? Now we are going to study imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are those are used to give command, order and request. There are some examples before you, like go there, come here, please bring a glass of water for me. So we can have some more examples like shut down, go out, switch on the fan, take out your notebook. In the same way, we can understand imperative sentence. Next is exclamatory sentences. Basically, these sentences are used to express the sudden feeling of our mind. So there are some examples before you so that you may understand how to use exclamatory sentences. What a beautiful picture it is. How beautiful the painting is. These sentences are used here and they are telling us the sudden feeling of our mind. So dear students, this video has been made for you and I think that you will watch it very carefully and it will be very fruitful for you. Thank you.